I'm about to reveal a Twitter thread posted over 5 years ago that is the blueprint to getting rich.
I just want $1 million.
Without getting lucky. I know this sounds way too good to be true, but listen. On the 31st of May 2018, Naval Ravikant blew up the internet with 39 tweets on how to get rich. After I read this tweet thread a few years ago, I implemented these exact principles into my life. I estimate they've made me approximately $500,000 since doing so. And that's why today I'm going to reveal 7 of my favorite principles from this thread. So hopefully you can do the same. But first, I want to introduce you to something called the Solomon's Paradox. So humans are much better at offering advice while struggling to apply the same wisdom to our own lives. These principles aren't some kind of magic formula you've never heard. In fact, in some form or another, I'm pretty confident you've probably heard every single one of them before. So with that being said, if you know what to do, then the next step is the action and the actual doing part by putting them into practice. And that's exactly what I've been trying to do for the last few years. So without further ado, let's unpack the first groundbreaking principle from Naval's tweets. Seek wealth, not money or status. At a first glance, it is so easy to lump these three together, but they are massively different. Wealth isn't about having stacks of cash, it's about owning assets that earn for you while you sleep. This is the core of financial freedom. Money, in contrast, is a medium for transferring time and wealth. While status, it's merely about your social standing. But here's the catch. Striving to get rich can be a nightmare. It's a never-ending chase, we know that. What we're really seeking is wealth, because wealth equals freedom. And freedom is the ability to live life on your own terms. By owning assets that generate income independently, you can achieve a level of freedom that's rarely, if ever, discussed in the traditional education system. That's the path to genuine wealth and freedom, creating a portfolio of assets that work for you, generating income even on days that you choose not to work. It's essentially making your money work harder than you do. And this goes back to the Solomon's Paradox. 95% of you probably know this, but how many are actually taking action? This principle transformed my life, and now I'm continuing to build a portfolio that brings me income, regardless of whether I'm working or not. This is exactly how the rich get richer. Now, it is a powerful concept. The more money you have, the more time you control. Time freedom is the ultimate wealth, and it should be everyone's top goal. Let's explore my second favorite principle from Naval's tweets. Understand that ethical wealth creation is possible. If you secretly despise wealth, it will elude you. This might seem obvious, but this principle challenges a common misconception that accumulating wealth is inherently unethical. Let's rethink this. Wealth isn't just about hoarding money, it's about creating value in a way that benefits not just yourself, but others as well. The bottom line is, if you want to attain wealth, you have to provide some kind of value. Think about it. If we view wealth through a lens of negativity or envy, we're unconsciously pushing it away. We're closing the doors to opportunities that could lead to life-changing wealth creation. It's about shifting our mindsets from seeing wealth as a symbol of greed to viewing it as a tool for positive impact. Ethical wealth creation means investing in ventures that not only grow your assets, but also contribute to the well-being of others and the society at large. How do we align ourselves with this principle? It starts with changing our relationship with money. Money is a resource, and like all resources, it can be used for good. As soon as you start changing your perspective and start manifesting and respecting it, then in my opinion, the faster you will get it. All right, kids, chill out. Don't stress. This is not an ad. I'm just asking a quick favor. If you like this kind of content and you want to support the mission to 10,000 subs, then I'd appreciate if you could smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. Next up, we have a third principle we're diving into. This is a critical step in wealth creation. Ignore people playing status games. They gain status by attacking people playing wealth games. This principle highlights the often unseen battle between the pursuit of wealth and the pursuit of status. Consider this scenario. Someone boasts about their high-ranking job title, their expensive car, their children's elite schooling, or their lavish vacations. What they're really doing is playing status games. They're using these symbols to define their worth. But here's the twist: while they're busy accumulating their status symbols, they're often missing out on the real wealth, the kind that brings not just money, but freedom and fulfillment. You need to understand that status is just a seductive trap. It's about external validation, but true wealth is about internal fulfillment, building assets and creating value that frees you from the rat race. Chasing status can lead to a hollow life, whereas building wealth, especially in ethical and meaningful ways, leads to a life of freedom and choice. The irony is, when you focus on creating real value, you might just end up with a status symbol that you never chased in the first place. Up next, for my fourth favorite principle, let's dive into another critical tweet. The internet has massively broadened the possible space of careers. Most people haven't figured this out yet. This isn't just about the internet as a tool, but a paradigm shift in how we approach careers and opportunities. The internet connects us to billions, breaking the constraints of physical location. Think about it. Before, your career was limited by geography.
You ever see a map or one of those round, colorful things called a globe?
Now, the entire world is your audience. This tweet highlights a key point made by Naval. The internet increases your luck surface area, but here's a catch. It's not just about being online. It's about shifting from consumption to creation. The thing is, you probably notice, again, Solomon's paradox, but most people would rather spend 4 hours a day mindlessly scrolling on the internet rather than spending 4 hours a day using it as a tool to make money. It's about using it to create, to connect, and to capitalize on a global scale. Not to get stuck down the rabbit hole on TikTok for 4 hours straight. And don't get me wrong, we've all been there. But a couple of years ago, I changed my mindset from consumption to creation. Moving on to the next critical principle in Naval's tweet thread: code and media are permissionless leverage. This shifts our perspective from traditional means of earning, from, let's say, real estate, to the digital online world where pretty much opportunities are endless. The internet has democratized leverage, making it accessible for everyone. So, what does this mean? It means you can create something once, like a piece of software, a digital product, or even like this YouTube video, and it continues to work for you, potentially generating income when you sleep. This is the essence of leverage in the digital age. For example, if you create a viral video, it can be viewed millions of times. You recorded it once, but it keeps on giving. Similar to writing a piece of code, you can create it, deploy it, and it can serve countless users without any additional effort from yourself. This principle embodies the heart of modern wealth creation. By understanding and utilizing this form of leverage with the previous principle, you can free yourself from the constraints of traditional labor. Now let's explore a profound principle. And up next for number 6, we have all the returns in life, whether in wealth, relationships, or knowledge, come from compound interest. This advice from Naval highlights a crucial aspect of success: the power of iteration and compounding. What does this mean for us? It's about embracing the process of continuous improvement. You do not have to be perfect from the start. It's about starting where you are with what you have and consistently working to get better. This approach is exactly like compound interest. The small improvements you make daily accumulate over time, leading to significant growth. This mindset shift is pivotal. If we distill wealth creation into 2 key concepts, there would be leverage and compounding. These two aren't just financial principles, they're life principles. Understanding and mastering these can lead to incredible wealth and, more importantly, the freedom and time to enjoy it. For the 7th and final key principle, this is about transforming how we view income generation. You're not going to get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, a piece of business, to gain financial freedom. This concept challenges the traditional income model of selling time, which is fundamentally limited, as we know. Think about it. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. If your income relies solely on how many hours you work, you're inherently capped. But when you own a piece of business, your potential for income expands exponentially. You're not just earning from your time, you're earning from the value the business creates, and that's often passively. This isn't about some short-term hacks like buying the latest trendy assets or starting a viral social media channel. It's about the long game, becoming an owner. When you own, you're not subject to the constraints of a renter. No landlords, no arbitrary rules, no threat of eviction. Ownership means control. And with control comes the freedom to shape your own story. Owning equity, whether by starting your own business or owning a part of someone else's, is a fundamental step towards financial independence. It's a shift from being a renter of time to an owner of value. These tweets are more than just words. They're a blueprint for wealth creation in our modern world. They challenge conventional norms and open our mind to new possibilities. As you reflect on this journey, consider how you can integrate these principles into your life. Think of each tweet as a stepping stone towards your goal of financial independence. On that note, if you want to start a profitable online business but don't know where to begin, then there are some awesome resources in the description below.